Hi, Dave here from PewCentric, the marketplace where farms enthusiasts just like you discover unique gear, services, and training. Basically, everything but the guns. Inside the Pew is our ongoing series of interviews with PewCentric sellers, and today I'm joined by Jake Walker of Jake Walker Shearing. Welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me.
All right. Well, as always, we like to start with your origin story from how you got into firearms all the way up into you starting your business. So take it away.
So I started off, most like most people. I grew up. My dad hunted, and I went with him. I used to do a lot of duck hunting, deer hunting, and then got interested in guns that way. And then my neighbor growing up was became a gunsmith straight out of high school, and so I would hang out with him a lot. End up at the gun store, seeing what he was doing, and I always thought it was super interesting. And one day he's like, "Hey, you should build an AR." I'm like, "What do you mean build an AR? That's crazy talk. What are you talking about?" So he showed me how to do it. Uh,
Right.
and I built an AR, and I just kind of got obsessed with guns from that point. Um, would shoot, yeah, random trash in the backyard, things like that. Nothing spectacularly thoughtful when it comes to training, but then I saw a guy I went to high school with post a video of a three-gun match on Facebook, and I was instantly like, "That's crazy. That looks like so much fun."
Like, this is a thing. This is a
Yeah,
sport I can do. It's like,
exactly.
okay.
I was like, "I gotta find out how to do this." So I shot him a message. I was like, "Hey, how do I do this?" He's like, make a account on Practice Score and sign up for a match." All right, cool. So I did that, and I've been hooked ever since.
So you obviously already doing competitive shooting and just were exposed to shooting.
Mhm.
What led you to starting a business? Because honestly, there are some incredible shooters from a skill standpoint, but that doesn't mean they'd be great at teaching or coaching or even running a business. There's a difference between skill and in teaching and coaching, in my experience. So, like, what led you to developing that skill and that interest? And why'd you create Jake Walker Shooting?
Well, so it started off mostly greed, honestly. I had this developing passion for shooting, and I had to fund it somehow. So I decided, well, maybe I'll start teaching CPL classes, which here in Michigan, you have to have a concealed pistol permit, which I don't agree with, but it's required, so might as well dive into it. That got me into teaching, and then once I made Grandmaster, other people were kinda like, "Hey, we teach this set of stuff too?" And I was like, "Alright, yeah, sure." So, uh, at first, it was pretty intimidating. I kinda had to jump feet first and develop my own plans because with the concealed pistol stuff, it it's all written out, like, "This is what you teach." I was like,
Yeah, they basically set the curriculum for you, right? For
yeah,
the concealed carry, but now you're teaching like where do you start?
yeah,
So you can hold a pistol now, shoot this fast. That's not
yeah,
obviously a good way to teach.
right, and I had taken a class once before, so I took that class with Mason Lane. It was a fantastic class, but I kind of formatted it based off of that. In my first classes, I charged like $100 a person. Yeah, it was super, super cheap. It was mostly my buddies that are local, and I kinda did it as like I need to figure it out just as much as you wanna learn, so join a class, get a really good price, like, I knew how to shoot, but I had to develop the teaching portion of it, so, the more I taught, the better I got at the teaching portion, and the more I realized that I really, really enjoy the teaching aspect of it.
I'm just curious, did you know why that if you're a grandmaster shooter in USPSA, you're like one of the top shooters. So that's for me, I really admire that. A lot of grandmasters I know though don't know why they're great shooters. They're just like, I just shoot well. I don't know what to tell you. So how did you develop that intuition of like, oh, I know why I'm good at this skill and now I can teach someone that skill?
So I think that's actually kind of one of the areas that I shine in as an instructor. I didn't start off. pretty good or even remotely good. I came in right into C class. I was not spectacular or talented by any means, and I really had to kind of just figure it out along the way. And then when I took that class with Mason Lane, it kind of opened up my mind to, wow, I've been doing this all wrong. And kind of the mindset of the class or kind of what was taught was, okay, you shouldn't just do reps. You should figure out what needs to be improved and how to do it. And it wasn't necessarily like, this is how to fix it, but this is the mindset going into it. And I took that approach and I ran with it, and I have not stopped in my growth as a shooter since then. Just taking the analysis side of things and just kind of looking at it like, okay, I have this specific skill set that I want to work on. How do I improve that specific skill set? As opposed to, oh, here's a set of drills. I'm going to go shoot those drills and hopefully I get better. So,
Yeah,
well,
by osmosis, right?
yeah, yeah.
Well, what kinds of training are you offering on Pew Centric? So I noticed you have a couple listings. So what are you offering to the community?
So currently, I have listed two different things. I have my performance shooting class, which the way that's set up is I'll go anywhere as long as the class size or the as long as the demand is enough to fill a class. I'll travel all over the U.S. for that. So if there's an area where there's a couple of guys that want to take a class, I'll come out there. So you just schedule the booking with me through the site, and then we establish where and who, and we figure out um, the pricing based on that. And then the other listing I have is an online coaching session. So we could do something just like this where we can see each other, we can talk to each other. I can do demonstrations in dry fire, and then I can give you guidance and
Mhm.
coaching on how to actually develop skills.
Well, I'm not just saying this, I'm definitely going to take you up on that second thing because there's some skills that I'm still refining in my own journey. I'm a B class shooter and definitely feel that you could help me. And I don't want to have to just wait to go to a big class or just trying to figure out on my own. I think having 30 minutes to an hour with someone at your level could really kind of like shave off the sharp edges and kind of tell me how to train. It's not the like, well, here's a drill. Look, let me see
Exactly.
you do it, and then I can kind of guide you in what to do. So that's really exciting that we have access to that kind of skill set on PewCentric. What kinds of buyers do you want to connect with on PewCentric? You talked a little bit about concealed carry classes. You also talk about competitive shooting. What are you focused on, and what kinds of shooters and at what levels of shooters do you like to train, or is it all across the board?
It's really all across the board. I will work with kids that are just getting started, adults that are just getting started. I'll work with people that have been shooting all their life. I think what I bring to the table most is that I'm able to assess a skill set and be able to say, okay, this is kind of what it's missing. This is what how we need to improve it. So if somebody has anything that they are like, "Ah, I'm not sure what direction to take this, or I'm not sure what the next step is," then that's kind of where I can help. Anyone from D class, all the way up to my fellow grandmaster shooters. I've worked with a couple of grandmasters here in the past months with pretty good success. Um, and most of the time, any issues that arise are fundamental issues, which most people have a tendency to ignore. So I think that's a very broad spectrum for people.
Very cool. So anything else that you wanted to share with the PewCentric community?
Yeah. I really enjoy the sport. I think the sport brings a lot of benefit, not just to hobbyists, but anybody that wants to learn to defend themselves or be able to use a firearm in a practical sense, or just any type of development for people when it comes to firearms. competitive shooting is a very, very beneficial avenue to take. So I really want to see the sport grow, not just USPSA, but IDPA, IPSC, three gun, anything that applies that practical aspect. I really want to see it develop and see it get more popular. So I'm really interested in doing a lot of classes for newer people just to get them more comfortable, get them less intimidated. I want to see people get out there, even if they think, "Oh, I'm not good enough yet." It doesn't matter if you're good enough. Get out there, find out what you need to work on, and then you can come see me or don't. Just as long as people keep shooting, pushing themselves.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Jake. It's been a pleasure talking with you about Jake Walker shooting. And if you want to connect with Jake, make sure to head over to Pew Centric, and we're going to have links up above as well as in the description below. And as always, please like and subscribe. It helps drive the engagement on all the channels that we're on. And we'll catch you next time.